Pastor, yeah, she's from Kogi. I'm from Ogun State. Yeah, she and my wife are from the same town. Oh, really? Wow. You would have been a good. You didn't think of it. Oh, wow. Where was it at? Oh. I know. I will send the new link now. I think I was using a different. I was using the discipleship one. No, I wanted to go on Zoom for some of my people to watch. I was looking for. Yeah. Oh wow, on Facebook. Oh wow. Wow. Maybe I should even do Facebook Live or let me do Zoom. Yeah. And then if you do Zoom, it's live on YouTube. Yeah, I've connected it. Yeah. They already joined. Connect on nice. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, so. So I sent it to you on WhatsApp. The Zoom link. Okay, I will send the YouTube to you. Yeah, I'll send it to my YouTube. Oh, my YouTube. Yes. We all watch right. Our PDF people, if I buy the book, our PDF allows you to read anywhere. Oh, yeah, also one there, exactly. For the audio. I'm not trying to
So let's continue. We need to be done by 9. Yeah, the advertised time is 6 to 9. So if you choose to stay after 9, I'll be here. I'm not going anywhere, but I have to close by 9.
Yeah.
So that I will keep to the advertised time. And then those of you that need to go to work. Okay, so we are going into the second and third session. We took a lot of time in the first session, which is understandable, because that's really the foundation of it all. So this second session, I want to talk to us about the vehicles of wealth creation. And then the third session is just question and answers. But before we move on, if you check your part, let me just inform you of the opportunities that we have so that you can take advantage of them or help us to spread information. So this is the Global Real Estate Executive Bootcamp. So if you or anyone you know is interested in real estate business or investment, I've been privileged to have raised of the most amazing real estate player in my country, Nigeria. and they are also doing well globally. And this is going to be one of the most amazing opportunities for people that want to play big in the real estate space. So take time to go through it. It's coming up in the month of July in Nigeria. It's 7 days fully residential. And if you go through close to 30 speakers, about 18 of them are people that I've raised and trained, and they are all major players now in the field. And we're all coming together to help. So if you look at the curriculum and the modules and the speaker, and you think it's something you want to invest into, then fly into Nigeria and join us for 1 week. And if you know anyone here in Nigeria that want to take advantage of that, let us know. We already have 6 people that have paid from here that are coming to Nigeria purely for this. We have a lot of stuff that happens that people travel down from all over the world to come and be a part of. The second thing here is what we call the diaspora promo. This particular promo is purely for Nigerians in diaspora. We realize that a lot of people have issues with lands that they buy, because in Nigeria, you can do everything right and still be wrong. So in order for you to secure your land, there are things that we tell people to do. Number 1 is documentation. Number 2 is securing. And number 3 is occupation. So what we have tried to do is to solve those 3 problems with the diaspora promo. So when you are buying a plot of land, the diaspora promo is $10,000, and they are in 5 different locations within our estates. And that money covers for the land, the documentation, the fencing, and the maintenance and security for 2 years. So it means that you can rest for 2 years while you are planning on how to develop the project. So if you have any question, you can go to the website, and then you can contact us. All our details are right there. And then this one is short-let, car hire, and timeshare. So we have a lot of short-let luxury apartment, Airbnb, in different locations in Lagos, Nigeria. So if you're coming to Nigeria, you need a place to stay for a short while. We'll do that. We have car hire, we have police escorts, we have all kinds of stuff. We can pick you up at the airport, we can take care of you. So this covers, you can contact us. And then we also have homes and apartments for sale. We have 2-bedroom apartment, we have 3-bedroom, we have 1-bedroom, we have terrace buildings. Some are already existing, some are off plan, depending on what you want. 1-bedroom is existing in 3 locations, 2-bedroom is existing, 9 units of 2-bedroom, 3-bedroom is existing. We have 17 units of that in different locations. So if you're interested, we can help you with that. You go through the brochure, contact us, you buy into it, and then if you're buying any of the apartments from us, we can also help you manage it by putting tenants in there, managing it for you at a fee. Or you want to use it for short lets, then you now furnish, and then we can also discuss working together using the apartment for short let. Then this is 2 of my properties in Detroit that I'm selling off, but one of them has been sold already, so we have just 1 left. The properties are already worth around $170,000. I bought them. Those are part of the properties I bought for $13,000, $18,000. And I've been collecting rent for well over a decade, but I'm trying to buy a shopping mall now, and I don't do mortgage. I want to buy cash. So I'm gathering money. So if you're interested, you can consider that. So those are the materials. And then for the mentorship, a few people have come to meet me for mentorship. In order for you to be able to get value from the mentorship, I will need to still do a lot of screening. So if you're interested in the mentorship, I'm just going to give you the basic, then you contact me and then we'll look into it, because it's not about the money. I will not collect your money if I cannot offer you value. So because I don't have experience and expertise in every industry, but there are industries where I can tell you for free that I can help you. So when I talk to you about the mentorship, that's part of the general, that you can now talk to me after now. I can say, sorry, I can't help you, because I will not collect your money just because I don't need your money. But if I'm collecting your money, I collect it with my food chest and I'll give you receipts. So you can go to www.olumideemmanuel.org www.olumideemmanuel.org /conclave, because it's called the Billionaires Conclave. There's a brochure. You download the brochure, take time to study it and understand it before we start talking, so that you will have understood what the mentorship is all about, because we don't have enough time to upload that. Then we can now talk after them. So it's $3,000 per person per annum. It's $4,500 per couple per annum, and it's $10,000 for corporate organization per annum. So if you're an individual, it's $3,000. If you're a couple, it's $4,500. If you're a corporate organization, it's $10,000. What's the difference between an individual and a corporate organization? An individual is someone that wants to create wealth. So I limit the basis of what I do with you on how you can create personal wealth. But if you are coming as a corporate organization, it goes beyond just you. It involves training, it involves consulting, it involves a lot of things. So that's why it's $10,000 per annum. So go through the brochure online, download it, go through it, and then if it's something you'd like to consider, then we can talk about that. For those of you that bought the flash, don't forget there's a code. The code is 54321, so that you can unlock. Okay, so let's go. www.olumideemmanuel.org. So if you go to right here, so olumideemmanuel.org is at the back of this brochure. So this one now is olumideemmanuel.org/grip for this information, /conclave for the brochure. But go to this, everything about me is there. All these books, everything is there. Secure payment platform. So if you want to buy any of the products, you can go there, pay and download. But if you want the physical copy, once you make payment, let us know you want a physical copy. I have an office in Houston, Atlanta, and New York. So they can send it to you from any of those 3 locations. Okay, so I want to talk to you about the vehicles of wealth creation. And I want to try and see if I can do that in 30 minutes so that we can use the last 30 minutes for question and answers. First thing I want to talk about is wealth creation before we go to the vehicles. Let me give you a few facts about wealth creation. Since it's a free event, let me give you maybe like 3 or 4 out of 10. So number 1, wealth is created. Wealth is created. Wealth is not automatic. Even if you inherit wealth, you need to know how to create your own wealth. Because any money you did not work for, you will not have the wisdom to manage. Any money you do not work for, you don't have the wisdom to manage. So you need to first leave the money and go and wisdom before you come back to the money. Or else, that's why you see a lot of people that inherit wealth or that win the lottery because they did not work for the money, they don't have the wisdom to manage it. So number 1, wealth is created. That means that wealth creation is not automatic. Someone has to take the responsibility for the creation of wealth, either in their lives, in their family, in their country, in their organization. You have to take that responsibility. Number 2, wealth creation takes time. So if you want to create wealth, you need to avoid get-rich-quick schemes. You need to avoid all these scams. You need to avoid being in a hurry. Anything meaningful takes time to be built. So you cannot be in so much of a hurry to be a mother that you push out the baby in 4 months. You must be willing to go through the gestation period. And it takes time. And if you are going to be an elephant, you must be willing to go through the gestation period of an elephant. Dogs give birth to children every 3 months. Elephants will have to carry the pregnancy for 2 years. So if your destiny is big, your weight can be big. And don't compare yourself with other people just because people are doing this, doing that. They may just be dogs, giving birth to children, 6 children, 12 children every 3 months. And you may be an elephant that when you drop one, it's a mega break. People will know that something has dropped. So all this comparing yourself with people, it's all fake news. I told you earlier on, there are a lot of people that we thought had money that were doing shakara. By the time COVID came, we saw that there's nothing there. There are people that died that will have to be doing GoFundMe for their burial. No money. They didn't have anything to bury themselves. Hello? So wealth creation takes time. There's a process you have to go through. So it takes time. So don't be in a hurry. Don't be in a hurry. Whenever you wake up, that's when your money starts. If You wake up by 6 a.m., good morning. 9 a.m., good morning. 11:59, good morning. 2 p.m., good morning. Because others are in the afternoon, you are just waking up. Your morning starts. So the day you wake up, that's where your own morning starts. So don't use other people's wristwatch to determine your time. There is a process. Wealth creation requires a process. Number 3, there are ingredients for wealth creation. There are ingredients for wealth creation. And that's what we call the law of the principles and all the stuff. And one of the uniqueness of the School of Money book that you have is the fact that it deals with a lot of things that many people don't see. So let me give you an understanding. We just had a nice meal. So if you are to ask the chef to give you a list of the ingredients that put all this together, I can guarantee you that there are at least 15 ingredients that he will not mention. Because he himself is not aware. Hello? Number 1, he will not put time as an ingredient. He will not put energy as an ingredient. He will not put knowledge as an ingredient. But I hope you know that all the other ingredients are useless without these three dimensions. So when it comes to the ingredients of wealth creation, there are tangible and intangible, visible and invisible. And it's actually the invisible that are the real ones. Because the general ingredients are available for everyone. So when you want to become wealthy, you need to understand that there are things that you see, there are things you don't see. You see, there are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. So the iceberg principle states that for every iceberg is a mountain underwater, submerged. So for that one part, that's why it's called the tip of the iceberg. For that one part that you see, there are 9 parts that you are not seeing. So there are things that people do in secret that makes them to shine in the open. But it is when you have access to them that they will share the secret things. I'm a pastor. I've been ministering for 33 years. There are things I can't share on the pulpit. Because there are multiple people, all manner of fishes. There's a grandmother there, there's a mother there, there's a child there. And you come to me and say this, I say, this one. Why? That's the way it is. So there are ingredients. That's why you need books. That's why you can't stop learning, because the day you stop learning, you start dying. You keep learning and learning because life is a school. I will continue to learn because the rules keep changing. Number 4, and I'll stop with that. There are vehicles for wealth creation. There are vehicles for wealth creation. I said earlier on, if you call any airline now to ask them how much is a ticket to Paris, how much is a ticket to Hawaii, they will never be able to answer you without asking you a question. No airline can answer that question without asking the question. They will ask from where. Because nobody can successfully tell you the price you pay to arrive at your destination until they identify where you are, which is the reason why we started with that financial diagnosis. Because see, in order to be able to get to any destination, you must know exactly where you are. So there's what we call the wealth gap. And that's the distance between your present financial condition and your desired financial destination. That's your wealth gap. In order to bridge that gap, you need vehicles. So a vehicle is a means of transportation from point A to point B. So in the world of finances, a vehicle is a means of transportation from your present financial position to your desired financial destination. So you need to know where you are. So let's go deeper. Let's talk about vehicles now. So we'll talk about your vehicles or wealth creation. So now let's go into the vehicle aspect. So I want to ask a question. Please think before you answer. Because the first law of success in any examination is understanding the question. If you understand the question, then you can answer the question. Okay, so it's possible to walk from Dallas to New York. Is it possible?
Yes.
Correct answer. It's possible. So now let's look at 3 sets of people. So if I decide to fly from Dallas to New York, that's within 3 hours, 30 minutes, 4 hours max, depending on which airline. If I decide to drive from Dallas to New York, that's like 23, 24 hours. If I decide to trek, that's like If you use cuckoo, maybe it will tell you 29 days. It will tell you 29 days, but it may never happen. Depending on the weather, you may never arrive. So now, let's go deeper. So if someone is flying to New York, somebody else is driving to New York, and somebody else is trekking to New York, who's going to get there first?
Flying.
The guy that is flying. What's his meaningful? So now, that guy that is flying, that is going to get there first, is he going to get there first because he's the most educated? Because he's the wisest? Most intelligent?
No.
Most hardworking? Most holy?
No.
So you see, all those factors doesn't matter when you understand them.
My God.
That's why the richest people are not Christians.
Yeah.
Because religion is more dangerous than the devil. That's why I told you earlier on, I am not religious, I don't believe in it. I actually hate religion. Because religion ruins people's lives. Christianity is not a religion. It's a relationship with your creator. Jesus did not die to give you a religion. He came to restore a kingdom. And as you understand the kingdom dimension of your work with God, you're just going to be messed up by it. That's why they tell you we are anointed for prosperity. And you believe those lies. Hello. Can you be anointed to be a pilot? So buy book you won't buy. Come for seminar, you will not come. Pay for you are looking for prophetic anointing.
Go deeper.
This is your week. This is your year. Hello. But the Bible says the people love it so. Gathering, having itching ears, gathering people that will tell you what's one thing here. People that is not leading you anywhere. So now listen. The creator is the creator of all and the savior of some.
My God.
And as a creator, he has put principles in place to govern his creation that has nothing to do with religion. So as a creator, the sun will shine on the righteous and the unrighteous. The rain will fall on the righteous and the unrighteous. When an atheist, when he created the first man and the first woman, oh, he's not church.
We can have church too.
When he created the first man and the first woman, he began in Genesis 1:26 as humankind. And inside the humanity, there is male and female part of the humanity. And in Genesis 2:7, there was a separation. So he formed man and made woman. The man was formed, the woman was made. But humankind was created.
My God.
And then that separation, he put the seed of perpetuation in the man and the womb of procreation in the woman. So that when they come back together as humanity, there will be succession. So that he will not need to go and recreate again. So whether you believe him or not, whether you even say he doesn't exist, if you can sow a seed in your wife, she will be pregnant.
Exactly.
Even though you don't believe in God.
Yes, sir.
But if you say you are a man of God and you are going to mountain and you are not following that principle, you will never have a child.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So everything in the first tree was the seed of every other tree.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So everything he created, he put principles in place to govern it.
Yes.
So there is a difference between the person of Jesus and the principles of Jesus.
Yes, sir.
So once you understand the principle, whether you are born again or not, whether you are holy or not, whether you are, it doesn't matter. You will make it.
Yeah.
Yes,
Why? Because the principles have no respect for religion.
yes, sir.
Has no respect for anything. You may go to hell, but you make it.
You may.
So what has happened is that those that do not serve God, the unbelievers, they have understood and embraced the principles of the kingdom, even though they have rejected the person of Jesus.
Yeah.
So they are enjoying heaven on earth on their way to hell. But you now, you have embraced the person of Jesus. You have peace, you are going to heaven, but you are going through hell on the way to hell. So when I listen, I'm asking myself, a mad woman, insane, mad as in mad, gets pregnant because she's molested, taken advantage of. She gets pregnant. And you, that is a child of God, praying, fasting, and tithing, you still said there's a village people stopping you. Something's wrong with you. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I was watching a program online this morning, one of the talk shows in Nigeria. And one of the hosts was talking about how our mother-in-law, a 98-year-old woman, is not feeling too fine. And she was saying that okay, her enemies are after her. 98. And then she said, Mama, all your enemies are dead. My God. You are the only one that's
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's where it just messes you up. This is something too much. You can't pass it. Yes, sir. If you don't know, you don't know. If you like, go to mountain fast after you're not fooling yourself. And that's why you see a lot of people look at us and they think that we're just, all these pastors are just deceiving you people, all this church. No. It's because we are not doing Christianity with intelligence. Hello?
Yes, sir.
And that's why you are not doing what you need to do. So when we talk about vehicles, once you understand vehicles, it will help you. So why will I choose to walk when I can fly?
Holiness.
But when you don't know, I hope you know you can be holy and foolish.
The foolish virgins.
No, it's 10 virgins. They are all holy. So holiness is settled. But out of them, so they are all virgins. Holiness settled. But 5 were wise. 5 were so holy and wise. Holy and
foolish.
Why? Because they didn't prepare for life. The first time I came into the US, 2001, in the days of my struggle, my first child was born in 1998. I didn't come. We gathered money, sold land, we must America go. So my wife came alone. Year 2000, my second child was born. We gathered money, go. So I came to America for the first time in 2001. And then around 2003, I started having some open doors in the US. But because of the level I was still operating, I was just trying to manage money. You know when you calculate naira to dollar. So I was staying in Virginia most of the time when I come. And then I had this friend in New York that opened a lot of doors for me among Black Americans and all kinds of doors. So I will come, massive meetings, I will preach. They will say, wow, this guy is awesome. And then when we are through, I said, okay, take me to Grand Central. I'm going to take Greyhound bus. New York to Washington, 4 hours, $20, $40. So first time, second time, then the third time, the guy called me, he said, come, you're a great preacher. You are amazing, you are different, you are just too much. I said, but I don't understand, why do you take the bus? You can fly. I said, my brother, you don't know how much. To buy ticket, I bought the one from Nigeria. I said, all this money, so I got it together. So that when we return, we change and do something beautiful. He said, no, but the ticket will be the same price. He said, I see you're a very organized person. You always know when next you're coming. He said, so you're organized. So if you know when next you're coming, if you buy the ticket long in advance, it's going to be cheaper. It can even be as cheap as the price you're paying for the bus. I said, do you mean it? I said, I'm coming. So checked it immediately. And guess what? It was the exact price I was paying. So the ticket I used to come here now, I bought it since last year. I'll be back in August. The ticket has been paid for. Wow. I'm going to London in October. The ticket has been paid for. Wow. Because it's cheaper when you buy here than you buy from Nigeria. Yeah, once you have an account, it's cheaper. And you buy in advance, it's cheaper. So I just, since that time, I started operating that vehicles. So there are many things you are struggling about that you need not to struggle about. It's because you just don't have the information. So vehicles determine how fast you go. Vehicles determine how early you are. It affects a lot of things. That's another like 12 things about vehicles. But let's leave that so that I can. So let me talk to you about 3 vehicles that I just want to talk to you about, so that since I've used 3, let me use 3. So if you go, when you go into the book, you see all the vehicles of wealth creation. They're all in, both of the books have the information. So any of the books you bought, you see vehicles. So let me talk to you about 3 vehicles. Let me talk about trekking, driving, and flying. So let's start with trekking. If you are a salary earner, you are trekking to the wealthy place. Hello? If you are a salary earner, you are trekking to the wealthy place. So people ask me a lot of questions so that I can answer some questions that's probably asked and not asked question. Can everybody be rich? Can everybody be a millionaire? Yes, everybody can be a millionaire, but no, everybody will not be a millionaire because everybody will not pay the price that needs to be paid. Everybody will not do what needs to be done. Must everybody be an entrepreneur? No, everybody cannot be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneurship is a mindset. You don't have it, it's a different body. But everybody must be an investor. Must. Everybody must be an investor. Investing is not negotiable. Everybody must be an investor. Question that people ask: can you become rich as a career person or a salary earner? Yes, you can, if you had investments to your journey. So I have an entire module on how to create wealth as a career person. And there are 8 different simple steps, not simple, but simple steps that I teach in that module when I talk to career people. Because everybody cannot be a business person. We need people in the career field to handle different aspects. But you just need to understand the work. So let me run you through those 8 things. I will not repeat it, but if you paid now, that's a different model. So number 1 is start early. Start early. If you know where you're going to, you get there on time. So start early. Most people in their 30s, they are still confused. One of the greatest blessings of my life is that I started as a teenager. I already knew where I was going. I became a pastor as a teenager. So by the age of 21, I was already pastor in a church. So it's part of the thing that I said, that's why I can be at this age. I'm just going to be 53 next month, and I've done 33 years in ministry. It's because I've been around. I started it. Hello. I started my first business at the age of 17. So if you start early, if you know where you're going to, you start early, it will help you. So number 1 is start early. Number 2 is get all the certifications and all the qualifications you can get. Because in that field, in that industry, there are things that they respect. There are things that they expect you to have. And the certifications will help you to be equipped so that you can give productivity, because people don't pay you for activity. They don't pay you for activity, they pay you for productivity. And in the corporate world, it's not by emotional sentiment, it's productive. What's the bottom line? What are you bringing to the table? Number 3, give it all it takes. If you start early, you are most likely young. If you start early, you are most likely unmarried, so you have enough time to give it all it takes. Put in everything you can put in. So most of these 2, 3, 4 jobs you are doing now, at least you should have given hours to what you have chosen to do. But a lot of people at the age of 28, 29, 30, 31, they are confused. I didn't know what to do. And I discovered purpose at 28. You're already late. You are still asking questions of purpose at 28. 32-year-old, 34-year-old, they don't know. Hey, I don't know what I should be there. Now I tried this, try this also. Your life is a trial. Hello. Number 4, network strategically.
Network strategy.
In every industry, there are game changers, there are gatekeepers. Who you know plus what you know determines how far you go.
Okay.
So network strategy.
Who you know
plus. Because let me tell you something. There are things that go on in the clubs, that go on in the golf club, that go on in the lounge that you will never see in the office.
Yes, sir.
So if you are not networking strategic, you are not where decisions have been made. In your career, how can you say you are in a particular career and the top 10 players, you are not following them on social media? You are not in their group to know what's happening. You are just saying there. What belongs to me will not pass me by. Pass me by private jets.
With private jets. Yeah. My God.
Pass me not to jet to save you.
That's the savior. Wow.
Network strategy. Save massively.
Save massively.
Savings is not an investment. But you must save so that you can. We've spoken about that first. So you need to save massively. The 70-30 I spoke to you about, at least, worst case scenario, 10% of your income should be saved, but you should be looking at 30%. So you're able to save massively because you are still young, no responsibility. That's not the time to be buying bone straight without a straight life. No. Because think about it. In the 70s and the 80s, no, I'm not trying to be, but I just asked myself, in the 70s and the 80s, nobody was buying wig. It was old women that we used to think they were witches. You remember in those days they would wear wig. It's for actors and actresses. My God. People are buying eyelashes, they are buying nails. I'm like, who did this to us? And that's now the beauty. It's now the episode of beauty. And then when the white man now says that Afro is ready, we go back to our Afro. Do you know now they are selling charcoal? They do. Charcoal. We used to brush teeth with salt. It's now you forgot charcoal at home. You want to buy the one of Africa. I love shoes. You have only 2 legs. I love shoes. If you love shoes, sell shoes.
Mm.
All the shoes was going to be wearing the COVID. You have mannequins with different hair, Peruvian hair, Italian hair, and then ordinary 1 plot or 1 acre. So save massive. Saving is setting money aside for a purpose. Number 6. 6. Invest massively. So savings is setting money aside for a purpose. Investing is sending money on assignment for a return. So you are a clear person, you are working hard, you are saving, and as you say, you gather the money, invest. And if you're late, don't let anybody tell you, don't buy a car, don't buy a house. You will scare a man away. No, the quality of your life is the quality of what you are trying. Any man that is scared because of your house or your car is not man enough to husband you. Don't go. That's what your mother did. You ought to follow the same person. No, don't do that to yourself. Invest massively. Invest massively. Number 7, activate multiple streams of income. And I've mentioned that 5 levels already. And then finally, number 8, give God his rightful place. If you apply these 8 principles, even as a career person, you can become wealthy. Because if you understand the world of career, you need an average of between 10 to 15 years to break into the senior management level. 10 to 15 years of consistency in an industry, doing what I've told you to do. By the time you break into that management level, at that realm is cruise control. Because you are no more depending on salary. We now have profit sharing. We have target bonus. We have share options. So you are operating at a realm where your real job at that point is managing things, monitoring and evaluation, cerebral work, not degree work. Because you are broken into that realm. That's why you see somebody is a CEO and they are earning for something $1 billion. And then when they want to let people go, it is the people at the bottom that they will let go. They will sacrifice you on the altar.
My God.
So all these 3, 4 jobs, they are just laugh. In Nigeria, all they owe you is a minute of silence. Yeah, there's no minute of silence. There's no succession planning that already makes.
My God.
Just die for nothing. They will not close down one day because you died.
Wow.
Come to church. I'm busy, I'm working. Hello. Let me ask you a question. Don't answer, but answer in your heart. If this meeting was $1,000, you will be here. So in all honesty, have I helped you? Too much.
Yes, sir. Too much.
But if I say it's 1,000, you go, who is he? You live there, kill him. But if it's an American, it's from Nigeria, what's he coming to tell her? Is he not going 1,000? Does he know what money you want? You will insult me, you will tweet it, but now, see what you will have lost. Hello? So when someone says, why are you doing this? Please, you are spending money since I say it's publicity. I've not been around for 3, 4 years. This is my first trip after conversing with a chat. Let me go and publicize. So when I'm coming back in August, I'll come and collect my. Hello. So I deviated to tell you career so that you will not think that you can't make it as a career person, right? So now, when we talk about vehicles, number 1 is trekking. And you should exit that trip fast. So the salary thing, I just messing up the 10, 15 years in America. Forget it. When Kiyosaki wrote Richard Board, that many of the concepts he spoke about, people argued. It took them 10, 15 years to catch up with the guy. When he was talking about the quadrants, you are a self-employed bondage person. And that's what many of you think you are self-employed. You are still independent. And you move into the investor and the entrepreneur context. So as long as you're a salary earner and self-employed, you're still at lower level. Number 2, driving to New York, entrepreneurship. So you need to start your own business. Start your own business or buy into an existing business. Franchising is one of the easiest ways to become a business person in America. I don't know why many of you don't have franchise. Don't understand why. Franchise, you have franchise of 5,000, 10,000, 10,000. Chick-fil-A is less than 20,000, though it's difficult to get because
It's about $1 million.
No, it's less than 20. It's less than 20. But it's only within their church.
Oh wow.
Before you can
What is a million?
But there are a lot of, Abby's, Dunkin' Donuts, whole manner of franchise. So what are you doing?
Wow.
5 of you can come together, put that together, own a franchise. Before you know it, you have Dunkin' Donuts everywhere. You are going there, you are eating the chicken, you are eating Judah, eating the chicken,
My
and you don't
God.
make any money. And I'm telling you, I say, I'm busy. Somebody else will do the job. They are looking for that job. Own it and let others run it. Franchising. So go online, Google it, franchises in America, and look for your passion. Look for the one that puts in your skill, your industry, your experience, your desire, and going to franchise. One of the benefits of franchise is that you are leveraging on years of somebody's labor. Don't think that it's expensive, because many times we look at what we are paying, you don't look at what you are losing by not being there. And let me tell you one of the benefits. Number 1, training. Number 2, you are jumping, startup, and plug into what's already working with the ready market. And then number 3, networking. So let me give you an example. If you want a franchise now, just one. So you start now, gather money together between now maybe the next 6 months, buy into a franchise, whether Habits, or you buy Dunkin' or buy any. I'm just using food because that's it sells. It doesn't go so. Food is forever. Americans don't go so. It's big business. So I don't know why you guys don't have franchise. So let's say you have one. The next time you're going to be having a meeting, it's like when they say landlords together, whether you're a landlord of one shop, quarter block, or landlord of mansion,
Everybody got us.
You're going to be meeting. You're going to be meeting people you see on CNN and CNBC. And we're all franchises. It's a leveler.
Okay.
So I'm a director for a lot of companies in Nigeria. I'm the board chairman for some companies, and all the biggest of the biggest. So by the time we go for board meeting, because by the time we go for board meeting, you see everybody out there. Everybody's saying, how are you? I'm Emmanuel. I'm the board. There's nothing, no protocol, nothing. Everybody's a level. Because we're all board chairman. So whether it's a board chairman or when you are a franchise, you enter a ranks. There are discussions that are not done in economic class. It's done in the lounge, and if you don't have access to the lounge, you don't have access to it.
My God.
So many of you that have been in America, I came to help you understand. You are playing at the bottom.
Wow.
Hello.
Wow.
You are playing at the bottom. Many of you, your destiny is so high like a giraffe, but you want to be eating on the floor like a tortoise. And your food is up there. But you are so concerned because the people that introduce you to any country determine your destiny. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Once you hear that, look here, everybody's a nurse. I'm like, who did this one?
Who did this? Who has bewitched us?
Everybody, you know all the money you think you are making, you are not making jack. I'm telling you for you are not making jack. You are using your blood and sweat. And then you can't work it. In fact, I was in Ohio, and this medical doctor was talking about we have this center, 3 centers, and I'm just laughing. I work virtually 7 days a week. And I'm like, are this supposed to be a thing of pride?
Wow. Wow.
7 days. We are in bondage, sir.
Wow.
Bondage. So he said it, and as God will have it, my flight to leave Ohio for Houston was 4 p.m. So when the guy asked, I said, we'll do morning session. So they brought people in the morning session, and the guy was one of them. So I asked him a simple question: how is your marriage? I just treated him because I was a pastor before. Because I knew you can't work 7 days a week. And for many of you, think the white man that is there, they don't work. They will leave the weekend for all of you that are here economic. They are taking care of their children, going to the park, going to student. You don't have time to pick your children. You don't have time for school, huh? You say you are going to work. Even in church, you don't have time. You that when you were living in Nigeria, you made a vow, oh Lord, I'm doing this, I will serve you. Now you are broken your vow.
Wow.
And you wonder why you are in the belly of the fish.
Wow.
Hello? But it's not church.
My God.
So start your own business. If you can't start, buy into an existing. Franchising just helps you. And please note it. You know, all the things I'm saying, there are many. Franchising, there are a lot of loopholes, a lot of pitfalls, a lot of trouble you can face. But that is for mentorship. So, number 3, fly. Real estate. Fly. Fly. And that's what I will advise everybody to consider. fly. It's time to fly. Even if it's $1,000 land you can buy. Just be sure it's not farmland. Be sure you understand the zoning of the area. So don't just go online and go and because Google is your friend, but somebody put the information inside Google. And the quality of the person that imputed the information and the quality of your decision. So there is a realm above. Hello. So you need to be ready to do research and spend time and look into that because you can get cheap houses anywhere in America. Just go with cheap houses in Dallas, you'll be sure. Cheap houses, cheap land, you will see them everywhere. But now, after the Google information, you now need to go and do research to find out, okay, this land of 2,000. How come? Because if you go and buy farmland, you're on your own. It won't appreciate. I hope you know that even though you buy land, you still be paying taxes.
Oh, wow.
So, buy land in America. And there are, well, this is not a paid event, but if you come for the paid event of money and real estate in America, I will now take you to some ranks of how to know which area can blow. What are the things you look for? Where are the places you go to get the information of what is going to happen? Because I hope you know that if you buy land and then Walmart shows up in 4 years' time, or Google shows up in 4 years' time, or Amazon shows up in 4 years' time, I hope you know that blow. So how do you know the corporate plan of Amazon for the next day? How do you know the corporate plan of corporate organization and the countries and the states they are going into? How do you know the discussions they are having? All those things, we can't give it in free service. Hello. So what I can tell you is this. All over the world, if you stand at the center of the city, anywhere in the world, center of the city, any location between 30 minutes to 1 hour driving distance in the circumference of that city will be a part of that city in maximum of 15 years. What I just told you now is $1 million.
My God. Wow.
So I say to people, you don't wait to buy land and wait. City today was a village yesterday.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
A village today, be a city tomorrow. People are rushing to Lekki phase 1, Lekki phase 2. There are people that bought the land for 50,000. Because many of you have forgotten that it used to be Morocco. And they drove them away. And some people. And lands that were bought for 100,000, 200,000, now 500 million. If you are wondering which kind of work you will do that will produce that. I bought land for 200,000 for that ended up becoming 80 million. How do you explain that? Hello? Yes, sir. So real estate. So in America, you can explore that. Land banking and land. You can buy house, auctions. You can register for auction platforms. And there are all kinds of houses and auction. People that have entered trouble, the wealth of the wicked. They are not the one that caused their trouble. And then you buy in auction. You have been foreclosed, or FBI sealed the house because the terrorist was laying there, or they were doing drugs there and they sealed it and they built it. So there are all kinds of properties that you'll be short. That what? Or they didn't pay tax and then the government took over all manner of property, all manner. And because of what I told you before, divided by 3, many of those houses have been paid for. Because those initial deposits you are making, you know, there was a time it was nothing down. You remember when you're in America, in the days of nothing down. Nothing down. You just get the house, nothing down, nothing down. America. When I came in those days, you know, when you come, you have this jet lag for a few days. So I'll be watching TV in the middle of the night, see all these infomercials. Say, these guys are there. It's not 300, it's not even 200. You even need to pay 100. It's not even 50. If you buy now, that's $39.99. If I should come within the next 3 minutes, I will have this. These guys are something else. So real estate is like flying. So are you ready to fly? So
I'm an eagle anyway.
Today, by virtue of this encounter, what are the things you need to stop doing? Because like we have been told over and over again, great meetings will make great decisions. They don't make light of this because it's free. What are the things you need to stop doing? Because no one will plan your life for you without your involvement. If you like, live here and continue as usual. I never believe that people will return to start school after COVID. I never believed. In my mind, I'm like, God, this thing will change people. Immediately COVID was over, people are back to their foolishness. I'm like, what? You have forgotten so soon?
Wow.
But that's human being for you. You read the Bible, God will judge them. Then the next thing they will sin again, God will judge them. They will sin again. Say, this thing has not changed. It's not changed. I do pastors' conferences, I do leadership conferences, and I tell pastors how to deal with things. Because the problem with many of you pastors is that people think that they are doing YouTube. And you too believe that.
Yeah.
So you say yourself cheap. No one can take my blame. Me, I cannot die for anybody. All my members know I can't die. It's a useless thing. The person that needs to die for any time. The blood of Oluwide is a useless blood. Why would I say the person that said that? So you are doing virtual. No problem. Be doing virtual. When you are in virtual trouble, you will look for virtual. You look for virtual help. Hello. But the people that refuse to show up, today they are in trouble, they will call you, still give them 4 hours. For members. If they go to a certified consultant, they pay $300 per hour. But they waste 8 hours of your life and still leave you. And you're angry. Hello.
Yes, sir.
I was in London last month. Some of my members, they are jackpot. Pastor, I hear you are there. We want to come and see you. I said, sorry, you can't see me. I came here on him. I bought my seat. If you want to see me, come to church. You have earned enough reputation after 33 years of integrity, enough track record, provable globally, that I don't need your opinion to certify me. I said, so you can't see me. When you were in Japan, did you tell me? If I'm your father, where's my honor?
Where's my honor?
We just wait for you. I want to. My God.
Even when I never saw major choice, never saw the house. You are here for business matter. That's content. I said, you're talking business. The reason why you came to see me is not because you wanted prayer. It's because you know in this area have a dream. Have you understand? So you were not coming for prayer. So don't. But there's personal abuse going on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I don't know. So I said, oh, listen, let me ask you a question. If I'm a medical doctor, will you come here to deliver? Will you come here for malaria or come here for whatever? If I'm a lawyer, will you come here for a legal case? So when you come here to see me as a pastor, it's for prayer. I'm biblical counsel. Anything outside that, it's consulting. But it was paying $48,000 in that. Did you pay? Do you know how much it took me to get to where I am? How many years of learning, training, all kinds of things? I just want to come because I'm a pastor. It doesn't work like that. There are members and there are sons and daughters.
Yeah.
How would these 3 points of mine?
I've been able to convince.
I'm able to convince you.
I'm not confused you.
That you take your life serious.
Wow.
So welcome to the School of Mom.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so questions. So if you have any question, so I have 28 minutes. Any question? Yes, just tell me your name and the question. Let's go fast so that we can answer as many. So any question based on what I've shared or anything you want me to help you with, this is a free coaching session, so enjoy it. Because the next time you call me, you will be shocked at the voice you hear. So I always say it's me. You know, I met you. No, how are you? So send an email to my office. They'll get back to say, man, I can relax on you. So that you not. Yeah. So what's the question?
Thank you for taking the time. What is the tax consequences of the 5-dimension to diversification of both streams? Having a lot of things in several countries. Do you have to LLC, have entities everywhere, have different accounting systems everywhere to, like, how do you?
Okay, so
Depending
depending
on
on
countries.
the country of your primary residence, that's what determines your tax implications. Because your country of primary residence have tax laws that determine whether you are taxed on every money you make all over the world. So if you're in America now, you're a resident, citizen, or legal in America, any money you make anywhere in the world, you'll be taxed there because you have to declare all those things here. Now, I am not an American resident for that particular reason.
Oh, wow.
My daughter is 24, so I could have, in our own days, when we were giving birth in the 90s, by the age of 18, your child can file for it. Now it's 25. Yeah, 21. You understand? So I didn't do that. I don't have green card, I don't have it, I don't need it. I don't need citizenship. Not because it's not important, but because my life has crossed some of those things. So and I have a lot of other things that covers for that. You understand? So because I know that once I do that, I'll be taxed. So to avoid tax, which is avoidance, not evasion, I get ready to become a green card holder or anything. Because in the Nigeria where I'm operating from, Nigeria has dual citizenship. So I'm based on the dual citizenship plan of Nigeria, and I have a lot of other passports and citizenship of other places. So I know how I play my game, but this is not the place to discuss that. Just know that you need to understand your economic environment, which is what I said. So once you understand, that's what will determine the tax implication of what all this is. Yes, sir.
I think most people that are here are not teenagers, they are not people. So you mentioned that you should start early. And I'm taking that word to my young people in the church. And I'm really going to make it hard for them. You should start early. Because one of the regrets that someone like me had was I have the opportunity. But I started with so many things. I have time. I'm still young. I can still wake up. But by the time I wanted to wake up, the opportunities were not there anymore. So I have to pay very hard price. So now, for those who did not start,
let me talk about starting. Just say there's so much benefits in starting it. Because when you make mistakes, you have enough time to correct your mistakes. As I'm starting before you right now, I've made so many mistakes. But all the mistakes have been wiped out by the miracle of time. So if you start early, I've lost money. I'm talking billions. But because of time, you can recover. So if you start early, maybe you start a business at the age of 24, you go bankrupt at the age of 23, 25, you cry for 3 years, you start another one, you fail at 29. You cry. By the time you do 3, 4 times, before you reach 40, if it's just one master breakthrough, and wipe away as soon as I travel, you just wipe away the days of pain. So starting early is very good. You can make your mistakes early, because it's better to suffer at the beginning and end up where that will be new, and then you now end up it is small. And then when you are starting early, you are still young, you have the energy, you have the time, you can take a lot of insults without it being an insult. But there's a rank you get to when you are talking to you're like, it's your mate. There's no because the season has not there. So it's good to start early. But now, once you wake up, that's when your morning starts. Which is what I was saying. So anytime you start. So don't think about the past. It's gone. The more you dwell on that, you are even wasting time. So I spoke at a church in Houston on Sunday, and I did their 2 services. First service, I spoke to them about managing the seasons of your life. It's also managing the seasons of your life. You have morning, afternoon, evening, and night. The first 25 years of your life is your morning, it's for learning. The second 25 years, 26 to 50, is your afternoon, is for earning. The top 25 years of your life, 51 to 75, is your evening for returning and mentoring. And the last 25 years, 76 and above, is for rest. If you don't manage season 1, it will affect season 2. If you don't manage season 2, it will affect season 3. And most of the time, the main problem is from season 1. Because children are giving birth to children. And most of the people that are parents, they don't even understand life. So they mess up the early morning of their children. And by the time they get into after that, that's all. So anytime you wake up, that's when your morning starts. So once you have arrived at the place of morning, okay, I will say something. 3 things you need to do. What do I need to stop doing? Number 2, what do I need to start doing? So that will not deal with. So it will answer your question. What do I need to start doing? And then what do I need to keep doing? So those are 3 things you must do in order to get the best out of any event. So now when you get here now, go back home. From what I learned to what do I need to stop doing? 13 years ago, when I hit 40, anybody that doesn't believe you, anybody that thinks you are fake, anybody that thinks you are not genuine, you don't owe anybody anything anymore. Don't try to please anybody. Cast not your tears before swine. Listen, so from that point, I cut off a lot of people from my body. It's a decision 13 years ago, almost 45. There are people that come out to say, I'm sorry, I'm not available. What's it? Send me a text. Never, they not see me in 13 years. These are people I need to give time to. Because no, at that point, I changed the story. This event I'm doing now is 7.5 million. Not one of my church members registered. They can't afford it. I don't wait for it. My church is in the village called Dimo. Man of God has been there. Jimmy has been there. In the village. I'm richer than my church. I'm one of the few pastors that I don't call it his business. So why would I go and die there?
Wow.
My God. Yes, sir.
My receiving location is out there. Because if I follow 7.5 million Nigeria, they will even cost me. But these are the same for all these things I do for this seminar. I will do 3 weeks free. One of my guys in Nigeria, that was when I started to laugh. Not anybody. The guy just saw me one day and said, I will just appreciate you, sir. He said, you know, you're a philanthropic brand.
Philanthropic brand. Wow.
All this is we can't try it. All this is even one of your CD. I use it for a motor. They paid me 30 million. He said, one CD. You don't give me free, everything free. So I went back home. I thought for this. I called him and said, I explained. Those of you that bought this flash with you, listen to those things. Those are things that give you information free. Go to my YouTube, will be shocked that information is free. There's no way I will not monetize it. So that's what we do. Put it in perspective, 25 years, they cut off the century to 9 years. Half a century, 50 years, half a century, jubilee, and you are not jubilating. You have to say some things. And somebody will say, let's say the amount. Then what do I need to start doing? Especially those of you that are pastors. What do I need to start doing now? I hope you are not doing full-time in America, full-time foolishness. No, God has come from college, so for I need to hello. You don't go to full-time with your
Come on now. Come on.
hello. So let me give you the real definition of full-time ministry, not the one they have received you. Full-time ministry means that ministry should be your primary assignment, not your only assignment.
Yeah.
Primary, not only. Hello? So what do I need to? Number 3, what do I need to keep doing? But that things you already doing right. Keep doing it. And that's where you start. So anywhere you are, that's where. Yeah, thank you so much for this. And You already answered one. And let me thank him too.
Thank you. Wow.
See, I can be going around. They never see it. If I want to come out fresh there, that I need to come and spend 1 week there, and it's coming back. So I came in this morning, I'm leaving tomorrow. So
Wow.
many of us wanted to come back.
Oh, of course. All of us.
Everything you have is free. And he said that we don't just, so many people attend this kind of a gathering, and next one comes again, they will still attend. But I think we should do something to really show that we appreciate this gathering. It's not a must, but we just have to take that step. Like what he said, somebody came to our church last 2 weeks, and the man was telling us, said, when he was in the plane, over 70% of the people in the plane were all these Asians, and we were just asking them, what are we doing? What are we doing? So, like in my church, we started this small contribution that we just like keep aside. So, if all we just need is 10 people, it's not a must, but if you are interested for us to take a step, please try to maybe we'll put down our names, then we'll set aside another time that we will meet. We'll be in person or maybe on Zoom. You can put down your name with Pastor Beckley. 10 people. Can you just imagine like what he said? If 10 people can be contributing $1,000 every month, we spend this money anyway. That was buy one, get two free. So if you can be doing 1,000 every month,
That's it.
that's $10,000.
That's it.
For 10 people a year, that's $420,000. If we cut somebody has bought franchise already, I bought land. But somebody like you know what that can do for us. And if we continue doing that for the next 10 years. For the next 10 years, nobody will. I came to US 2007. When I came, I was telling people that when the city's person has spent 30 years in America. So please, if you are interested, it's not a must. And don't look at it that maybe somebody wants to dupe you, collect your money or whatever. No, it's too risky not to even take a risk. Everything is risk. So please put down your name with Pastor Beckley, then we'll schedule. Okay, so that's a good one. So if you guys can do that, and you can be best so what I can do, I can mentor you.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, corporate organization.
Yes, sir.
You do a discount
when you have plenty, when there is more group,
At the point they told me when I tried to say that.
no, McDonald's.
It's 1 million.
What are you doing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
Subway.
Start from somewhere.
Subway.
That's
At that time, I just sold the house, I have the cash, and I was looking at, okay, let me just buy this station. But I don't know what else. So I don't know what I do. So now, I don't know. What about, can you share, like, I know, and I love that one. But I don't get
Okay, so there are so many franchises that are going. But like I said, that is now compulsory. So that's not the question. So you can contact me and then I can connect you and charge you connection fee. So that's it, you register. Yeah, so talking that will be after here. This one is free. No, I'm going to send everybody a message. Okay, the next 2 days. I'm going to send everybody a message. Thank you for coming. So, yes.
Okay. The question is, I know you said a lot of things, franchise and whatever. You do need capital to start a business, right? But my question is, as a 25-year-old, what advice would you give someone that's just starting up a career, that's just going into the career field? I've done business before I start. I stopped for a while because I was going to school, but I'm about to start into the business again. Like, what advice? I know it's consultants, but I just want.
I've already given you 8 steps now. Just follow it. So you're already in the career, then save massively. So look at those 8 things I said and pick up from where you can pick up. Start saving massively. You say you need capital. I don't really know what you mean by capital because most of the time, the capital you need is you. There is idea. There are 10 different kinds of capital. They are all in the book. Money is just 1 out of 10. So why are you focusing on 1 when you already have 9? Relationship is a capital. Social capital. Goodwill, your name. So I have many capital. So money is the least. And if you're in America, you have good credits, you have good standing. The money is available. So.
I wanted to ask you, sir, how do you leverage credits in America to build financial maybe wealth or freedom? Because you did say as we started that the credit system is how you use other people's money to build wealth.
So once you understand the power of debt, you know that in America it's a capitalist system. The debt economy, and then your credit score affects a lot of things. So the first thing you need to do is to manage your credit. So everything you want to pay for, even if you have the cash, build your credit by using the credit and then you pay it off before you have to. So that's how you start building your credit. As long as you begin to understand that system, everything. So even if you have money now to do something, because you don't use credit card to buy shoes, credit card to buy like that's consumer debt. So use your credit, something. So you want to buy a laptop, you want to buy whatever, $2,000. You have $2,000 cash to buy. Use the card, and then you pay it off within the same, and then you are building credit, Because when you now need to leverage on that, you have a good credit score to be able to leverage on that. So those are some things you need to learn. So on credit management system and credit score building is an entire curriculum on its own.
Yeah, because I was thinking, so you know how you build your credit to have really great credit. It helps you to buy a house, no money down, and then you're strongly advising against the.
So so if it gives you that house, no money down, so that becomes your credit building platform. Then you're now putting cash to start buying other ones. It doesn't have to be that one. So you have cash, you're now buying other things, cash, and that one is just to build the credit. If I'm to live in America now, I will have credit card. I will do mortgage. But it will be just one. So that I will be building that credit because I understand. So if I'm to relocate to America now, I'll collect credit card, I'll buy a house in mortgage, and I'll be paying for 25 years so that I can build that credit for, because every other thing, so that's the reason to understand the economic environment and then know how to play the game.
Why is this a situation where you don't have documentation, but you have the money?
Now, there are so many opportunities. There are people that buy houses without going through the bank. You can buy America is not, they don't have problem once you are not doing anything legal.
So when they ask you where you got the money from?
So let me ask you a question. Do you have a bank account?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so what are you talking about? So why would
My money is that.
even if your money is not in the bank, there are people that will do business with you and they will do cash. As I'm here now, this week alone, I've done maybe like $60,000 exchange naira to dollar, pay naira, collect dollar. So you can do that business. There's so much you can do. So if you have money and you want to buy property, you can buy the property, and there are a lot of ways you can go around it. And let me also say this, but there are many things we can't be saying to people like this. Let me say this, but this guy, everybody is you have a registered company. No,
Here.
Start an LLC.
Start an LLC. You can use an IT.
Do you understand now? And use. Look, I have company here since 2001. I have ITIN, International Tax Identification Number. I use my Nigerian visa, the same B1B2 to open the America, Bank of America, and I have company here. So don't think as an individual, think as a company, as an entity. Do you understand now? and then carry that money and put it in the business account and let the business be running. And then you can borrow the money to the business. Do you understand now? Do you have family members in Nigeria? Let them be your investor that give you the money that you are using. Do you understand now? So they are the board that give you the money that you are using to trade in America. So there is this way around it, but it's not open. That's consulting.
Exactly.
My God. Okay. Yeah, another question. Okay, so if you ask us any question, like I said at the beginning, I believe in prayers. So can we pray as we close? Father, in the name of Jesus, we thank you. Thank you for the opportunity we have to sit and to learn so that we can be transformed through knowledge. Lord, I pray that for everyone that has encountered this word and this meeting tonight, let there be a wisdom for right application and we'll be able to rightly apply all that you have done. Lord, I pray in the name that is above every other name for grace to do what needs to be done. Amen. And I pray for favor to produce results. Amen. And everyone here will be a better version of themselves. Amen. And they're going to maximize their possibilities. Amen. That when next we communicate, there will be testimonies to share. Amen. God bless you all. Thank you very much. I'll get in touch with you. And